Hey, what's going on, winners? It's your boy Loso 2.0. First off, if you are new to this channel, please click the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. On there, you will get different leadership lessons pulled straight from the Bible and get you motivated to kill this week, and then be able to allow you to start giving back to your own community too as well. So today, I want you to think about this. Every leader wrestles with fear, vision, doubt, and legacy. Genesis Genesis 15 gives us a blueprint for leading through it all. So I'm talking about 5 lessons today that you learned from Genesis 15 that apply to you in leadership. One is calm fear with reassurance. That's in verse 1. God says, "Do not be afraid. I am your shield." A leader's confidence can become the team's protection. I'll give you an example. My team, actually, in the beginning of this month, didn't have so much as a strong start, to be honest with you, compared to what our goals were. And even though we weren't having that strong of a start, I decided to not start to buckle. Because when I start to buckle, they start to kind of feel that pressure and they start to get a little upset and think, dang, are we going to be able to hit the goal? No, I still level headed. I continue to reassure them, give them positive reinforcement, give them coaching, stuff like that. And that's what pushed the team in order to go and accomplish their goals. So when stuff starts to hit the fan, never be rattled, because your team is going to react off of the way you do. So if you decide not to get too rattled, your team's not going to get rattled either. So that's being calm, fear with reassurance. 2, create space for honest dialogue. And that was verse 2 to 3. See, Abram, at first, he doubted having no heir. See, God told him that he was going to have an heir, and he still doubted it because he just felt like he was just getting, too old to be able to have it, right? Build trust by letting your team speak their fears without judgment. So allow them to be truthful. See, with my team, I create a lot of open dialogue. So I always tell them it doesn't matter if my way doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you a suggestion. I give you an example. I had a store that's struggling, and this is one of my best leaders on my team. See, his store has been struggling over the last few months. They haven't really been struggling at a point of like year over year growth has been bad. Year over year, they've been the same. But this year, that we have higher goals, obviously, because you want to have growth year over year. So he hasn't been accomplishing those goals, but we were just sitting there. And I'm like, why aren't we accomplishing these goals? We sat there together, we had our meeting, we talked, and he just decided. I just gave him stories, right? Because it says to be the salt and the light, right? Don't be whatever. Don't over here and try to explain and make things different. Tell him exactly has to be this way. So I told him be the salt and light. So I just started sharing stories from when I was a manager, and he took those same stories and be able to create his own idea and came across the idea of, what, I need to be more strict with my team. So allow your team to trust and to bounce ideas off each other. It's not just one person, it's not just the other person, it's you guys together, right? Lesson 3, paint a bigger vision. Verse 4 to 5. See, God lifts Abram's eyes to the stars, showing him a vision beyond his current limits. Vision inspires perseverance when circumstances look small, right? Having that vision, right? So I actually do this exercise a lot of times when I'm going to do my public speeches. I bring up someone up from the crowd, one of the students or someone that's listening, and I ask them, how many push-ups you think you could do? And the person may say, I can only do 5. And I'm like, okay, you can only do 5 push-ups? Well, give me 10 and I'll give you money. And then everyone goes, okay, cool, come on. And I'm like, wait, but if they do this, I need everyone to cheer them on while they're doing it. So then everybody starts to get all hyped up, and they're like, obviously they end up doing way more than even 10. They end up doing like 15, 20 of them. But it's because that community, that vision of them getting the money, the people cheering them on helps persevere them through that time. So you can't do this stuff alone, right? For one, it got to be your team, and then it also has to be your vision too as well. That's going to help persevere people to be able to accomplish goals that they can't see, because our mind puts limitations on ourselves. Do not let your mind put your limitations on it. 4, anchor in faith and integrity. Abram believes, and that belief is credited righteousness. Teams follows leaders whose conviction is unshakable. I tell my team this all the time. I mean, shoot, back when I was at another company, we used to have to sell people on the idea of, yo, you're gonna make $10 an hour or $12 an hour plus commission. But the idea, we had to sell them the vision of like, yo, it's not just the hourly. The commission is really what you want. The hourly just is just a little chump change. The commission is going to be the bulk of all your money that you're going to get. We used to have to convince people about that too as well. But then I would convince them like, yo, listen, you're in there right now. You're taking this step back right now, but you take two steps forward. I have a manager at one of my stores who he came in and he was making a lot less hourly as a rep, and he it was so much things going on in life, right? Things that were affecting him. But then what he did was instead he put his head down, he kept working hard, kept working hard. The leader ends up leaving, he gets this opportunity, and now he's killing it. He's absolutely destroying the game, and on top of it as well, he's making more money. He's gonna touch, probably six figures this year, just because he believed in that vision. We sold him that vision. So you're, as the leader, they're gonna follow your conviction. You keep telling them, yo, this is gonna happen. And it's not just gonna stop here. This is just the beginning. I see it growing so much more, so much more. Your idea is not to be the best. Your idea is to bring people to that idea. And the last lesson, right? Formalize commitments. See, God seals the promise with Abram with a covenant, which is a clear, structured binding, right? Vision without covenant becomes wishful thinking. Commitment makes it feel real. So what do I mean by that, right? I mean this. You can't just talk about it, right? What they say at church today, they said faith without works, it is nothing, right? You can't just have faith. You also have to put in the work too as well. You cannot just have faith. You have to write it down. Something about writing things down. When you write things down, it allows you to get a visualization of it. Okay, you know what? Now I can accomplish that. See, I'm challenging you guys to do this thing, right? It's called a 3-6-9 method. 3 times in the morning, write down your goal. So I am this, I am that, whatever you want to be. If you want to say I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. At lunchtime, after you eat your lunch, write 6 times, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. Then at night, 9 times, I'm a millionaire. And then watch how much it changes, right? Because now you're thinking about it. You're putting it on paper. You're constantly thinking about it. You're constantly talking about it. You're constantly writing about it. And then you put that work in towards it, and everything will come true. This is going to be the conclusion of my video. So in conclusion, you guys know about the 5 lessons learned from Genesis 15. Again, click that subscribe button, subscribe to this channel, like it, share it. Every single week you are going to get leadership lessons pulled directly from the Bible on Sunday. And I want you guys to keep killing the day. Remember, winners win, losers lose, and you guys pray for success like this. 2.0 out.